allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Vice President Anderson,
Here.
President Gibson,
Here.
Member Greco, Member Swallow, Member Sweeto.
We got 5 territory public hearing, formal adoption. I'm sorry. Just.
Then we need to read it. Do the ordinance and then get heavy.
Yeah, I can read it. Okay, Lord, to hear what reads. All right, ordinance number 2026-05, an ordinance of the town council of the county of New Chicago, Lake County, Indiana, establishing the East Lake Fire Protection Territory and creating the East Lake Fire Protection Territory General Fund and East Lake Fire Protection Territory Equipment Replacement Fund, whereas pursuant to Indiana Code 36-8-19 sequence, the Indiana General Assembly has authorized units of local government in the state of Indiana to establish fire protection territories, whereas simultaneous with the adoption of the ordinance of the city of Lake Station, Indiana, and the town of New Chicago, Indiana's contiguous units have entered into an interlocal cooperation agreement for the establishment of the East Lake Fire Protection Territory, a true and accurate copy of which is attached here to as Exhibit A and is incorporated herein as a main part hereof, whereas the interlocal cooperation agreement between the city and town provide for a uniform tax rate on all taxable property within the boundaries of the East Lake Fire Protection Territory for fire protection services, whereas the common council of the town convened public hearings on January 14, 2026, February 11, 2026, and February 25, 2026 to discuss the establishment of the East Lake Fire Protection Territory, whereas the date and time, location of the aforementioned public hearings were duly and adequately noticed and advertised pursuant to Indiana law, whereas the city and town have determined that the establishment of the East Lake Fire Protection Territory is necessary in order to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of in the city and the town. Now, therefore, it would be ordained by the Common Council of the town of New Chicago, Lake County, Indiana, as follows. Section 1. The East Lake Fire Protection Territory is hereby created under the terms and conditions set forth in the interlocal cooperation agreement between the city and the town, a true and accurate copy of which is attached hereto as Exhibit A and is incorporated herein in conformance with the requirements of Indiana law. The boundaries, Section 2, the boundaries of the East Lake Fire Protection Territory shall include all of the incorporated boundaries of the city of Lake Station and town of New Chicago. That the city is authorized to be the provider unit in the East Lake Fire Protection Territory, as that term is defined in IC 36-8-19-3, that the city and town are both authorized to be participating units in the East Lake Fire Protection Territory, as that term is defined in IC 36-18-9-19-2. Section 5, that the city and town shall adopt and impose a uniform tax rate upon all the taxable property within the boundaries of the East Lake Fire Protection Territory for fire protection services to fund the East Lake Fire Protection Territory General Fund and East Lake Fire Protection Territory Equipment Replacement Fund as created herein. Section 6, consistent with the terms of the interlocal agreement, the Common Council of the City of Lake Station has created the East Lake Fire Protection Territory General Fund and the East Lake Fire Protection Territory Equipment Replacement Fund. The East Lake Fire Protection Territory General Fund shall be used for expenses for operating and maintaining the fire protection services within the territory as provided in IC 36-8-19-8. The East Lake Fire Protection Territory Equipment Replacement Fund shall be used to purchase fire protection equipment used to serve the entire territory as provided in IC 36-8-19-8.5, Section 7. The mayor of the city of Lake Station, Lake County, Indiana, is hereby authorized to and directed to take any and all actions incidental to the establishment of the East Lake Fire Protection Territory as set forth in the interlocal cooperation agreement, subject to the approval of the Common Council of the city and the Common Council of the town, or as may be otherwise required by law. If any portion of this ordinance shall be held invalid or unconstitutional by any court of this jurisdiction, such decision shall not affect any other portion or provision of this ordinance. Section 9, all ordinances or parts of the ordinances inconsistent with this ordinances are hereby repealed to the extent of such inconsistency. It is provided, however, that such repeal shall be only to the extent of such inconsistency and in all other respects. The ordinances, parts of ordinances are hereby ratified, reestablished, and confirmed. Section 10, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its adoption and the procedures required by law. Passed by the Common Council of the Town of New Chicago, Indiana, by a vote of all the members present and voting this 18th day of March 2026. We need a vote on it and everybody to sign it, please.
Need a motion to accept?
I'm sorry.
Need a motion to accept?
Make the motion.
Motion made, second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
We need the original to be circulated. Mine says copy.
Mine says copy also.
I have the original.
Tim, is it? You know me too well.
Need a motion to pass the minutes for the last meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made, second.
I'll second.
Second. Any opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Need a motion to pay the bills.
You skipped the special hearing minutes. February 25th. It's right in the minutes.
B.
Oh, okay. That needs to be approved.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to do, I'm going to do address. Okay,
Oh,
motion made. I need a motion to pass the minutes for February 25th for the special hearing meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made. Second.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Need a motion for payment of bills.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made. Second.
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Need a motion for funds and appropriation report for February 26th.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made.
I'll second.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Correspondence.
okay. Council will all notice that I gave you all a copy of the agenda from my ILMCT conference that I attended last week. ILMCT advised clerk treasurers to give council a detailed report about our classes because of issues, and not in this town, but in other areas in the state. So if you did read through them, you'll notice I had a very busy schedule. I had a class on Sunday for 2.5 hours. I was in class all day on Monday until from 8 a.m. to 5:30, 8 a.m. to 6:30 Tuesday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 Wednesday, and then the classes ended Thursday afternoon. So it was a very exhausting week, but I also learned quite a bit. And these classes do help me learn how to serve the town more efficiently and how to run the office more efficiently.
May I say something on
Sure.
that? I did read that, and I know it's quite a bit, but it's very informative. And I think all council should read it to see what schooling she is getting schooled for. And it is very informative.
So since I have my IAMC certification, and I have enough credits right now to get my certified municipal clerk certification, but the International Institute of Municipal Clerks requires you to be a member for 2 years. So I just have to wait until the fall, which will be my 2 years, and I can get my CMC, and then I can work on my master's municipal clerk certification after that. So these classes are very helpful. And the next item of business is after speaking with the town council and reviewing the documents from First Financial, they can better serve us as a town and the water department. I am asking at this time that the town council approve the town of New Chicago and New Chicago Water Works to change banks and to bank with First Financial and to leave Centier.
I'll make that motion to approve switching over to First Financial.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Motion made, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
And then I do have one more thing that was not on the correspondence, and that is because it just happened yesterday and today, but as you all know, I have been working with Cinder Dalton per State Board of Accounts request for the previous bank recs in previous years, going back to 2019. I was with Andrew from Cinder Dalton all day yesterday until 5 p.m., going through several documents and transactions back to 2019. And I was on the phone with them today for 2.5 hours before this meeting. So we are at the point where I can finish the bank recs in 1 day for 2025, which will probably be 1 day next week now. We can move forward with that. And everything that State Board of Accounts has asked for from 2019 to 2023 has been fixed.
Okay, good
Good
job.
job.
Thank you. It's been a lot. And that's all I have.
Ordinance.
Ordinance 2026-05, an ordinance adopting Indiana Code 9-24-19-1 as a town ordinance violation and prescribing penalties. The Town Council of the Town of New Chicago, Indiana has the authority to adopt ordinances concerning traffic and motor vehicles within the town limits. And whereas the Indiana General Assembly has classified the offense of driving while suspended as an infraction under state law, and whereas it is in the best interest of the public health, safety, and welfare of the residents of the town of New Chicago to adopt and enforce this prohibition locally. Now therefore be it ordained by the Town Council of the Town of New Chicago, Indiana, as follows: Section 1, adoption of state statute. The provisions of Indiana Code 9-24-19-1 as amended, which govern the offense of driving while suspended, are hereby adopted and incorporated by reference as an incorporation violation of the Town of New Chicago. Any person who violates the provisions of Indiana Code 9-24-19-1 as amended within the corporate limits of the Town of New Chicago commits an ordinance violation. Section 2, penalty. Any person found to have violated this ordinance shall be subject to a civil fine of $100.00 plus any applicable cost. Each day a violation continues shall constitute a separate offense. Section 3, severability. If any section, paragraph, clause, or provision of this ordinance shall be declared invalid or unconstitutional by a court of competent jurisdiction, such invalidity, I cannot say that word, sorry, shall not affect the validity of the remaining sections, paragraphs, clauses, or provisions of this ordinance. Section 4, repealer. All ordinances or parts of the ordinance in conflict with the provisions of the ordinance are hereby, all ordinances or parts of the ordinance in conflict with the provisions of this ordinance are hereby repealed to the extent of such conflict. This is the first reading of this ordinance. We do have to have 3 hearings for this. The 3rd hearing, it will be passed.
Tammy, you said 26-05, it's 26.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
06, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, okay.
This is 2026-06, and this is the first reading. This was advertised in the newspaper. This will be advertised again before the next meeting. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage by the town council, approval by the town executive, and publication as required by law.
So the 3rd reading will be in May, it'll be, okay.
Unless you guys want to set up a special meeting. Okay, this is the first reading of ordinance 2026-07. This ordinance was also advertised in the paper and will be advertised again before the next reading. An ordinance amending the municipal code of the town of New Chicago, Indiana regarding the operation of vehicles with expired license plates and establishing penalties therefore. Whereas the town council of the town of New Chicago, Indiana is the legislative body for the town of New Chicago. And whereas the town council finds it necessary for the safety and welfare of its citizens to ensure all motor vehicles operated within the town's jurisdiction are properly registered in accordance with Indiana law. And whereas Indiana Code 9-18 1-11-2 prohibits the operation of a vehicle with expired license plates. Now therefore be it ordained by the town council of the town of New Chicago, Indiana. Prohibition of expired license plates. A person who owns or operates a vehicle may not operate or permit the operation of the vehicle upon the public streets, alleys, or right-of-way within the corporate limits of the town of New Chicago that is required to be registered under Indiana law and has an expired license plate or fails to display a current and valid registration sticker. Section 2, violation and enforcement. Any person found to be in violation of Section 1 of this ordinance shall be deemed to have committed a municipal ordinance violation. This ordinance shall be enforced by the New Chicago Police Department. Section 3, penalty. A person who violates any provision of this ordinance shall be subject to a fine of $100 for each occurrence. Each day such violation continues shall be deemed as separate offenses. Section 4, deposit of fines. All fines collected for violations of this ordinance shall be deposited into the town of New Chicago General Fund or designated law enforcement fund to support municipal operations and public safety. Section 5, severability. If any part of this ordinance is held invalid or unconstitutional by a court of competent jurisdiction, such decision shall not affect the validity of the remaining portions. Section 6, effective date. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval by the town council, and publication as required by Indiana Code 36-3-4-14.
I have a question on this, Tammy. These fines, where, are they paying them at county?
Lloyd wrote the ordinance, so
They get paid when they,
When they go,
to court, they get paid. And the thing about it is if you don't come down and pay them, it goes from 100 to 139.
yeah, but it does get
extra.
paid at county, not here.
Yeah, it's,
But then it reverts back into our general fund.
yes.
Okay. That's
I would
fine.
like it though to give these people a chance to pay the $100 and not have the cost, with your permission, it's just to be able to pay it, directly to the corporation.
I'm opposed to that, Lloyd, and you know why, because we had problems before with that. That's why everything went to county, and I think it should stay there.
It just costs people $140 more.
Well, you know, it
And
is
then
what it is.
the judge will throw it out.
Yeah, whatever.
No, not.
In
So-
some cases, maybe,
But,
you
yeah.
know, but yeah, I says, I'm glad it's being paid at time, it's not here, because we have problems before, big time, it cost this town quite a bit of money.
Okay, and then ordinance 2026-08, this is an introduction to this ordinance. This ordinance will be advertised before the next meeting, before it is adopted. Senator Dalton sent this to me last minute. So the introduction is an ordinance of the town of New Chicago, Lake County, Indiana, establishing a processing fee for credit card, debit card, and electronic payments, and to create the payment processing fund. Would you like me to read the whole ordinance? Or?
Unless does it have a fee for it? We'd have to-
We've already been charging the fee.
It's
Nobody
already been
knew
charging.
they
This
had
is
to
going
pass
to
an
be retro
ordinance.
backdated. So they told me I had to introduce it tonight, and then I have to advertise it after the meeting tonight, and then in April, the town council can pass it.
Approve it.
Yes.
This is just a reading introduction.
Yes,
Just read it by title.
Just,
okay, so I did just read the title, so, okay. And that's all I have for ordinances.
Resolutions none, Department of Police.
Hello, Town Council. I am the police tonight. So, I am the police and I am the police commission, all in one. So Earl cannot be here tonight, so he's asked me to read the highlights from the report of our last meeting. Enforcement activity in the month of February, officer issued a total of 276 citations, broken down as 149 local ordinance, 60 state infraction, 26 misdemeanor, and 30 written warnings. Officers towed 65 vehicles. I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version. Officers made a total of 46 custodial and non-custodial arrests. In the course of these arrests, they also confiscated 10 grams of crack cocaine and approximately 50 grams of marijuana. In addition, officers made several firearms-related arrests, including 4 individuals identified as serious violent felons in possessions of firearms. These cases represent a significant public safety intervention and align with our continued efforts to disrupt the movement and sale of illegal narcotics and unlawful weapons within our town. Ordinance enforcement and property compliance. Concerns have been raised about 65 McKinley and 411 Washington. Multiple accumulation of trash citations were issued and several illegally parked vehicles were impounded. Both properties have demonstrated measurable improvement in yard condition and overall compliance. Fleet status on vehicles. Car number 6 has been out of service for approximately 1 month due to engine issues, and now reportedly has been repaired and is back in circulation. Car number 1 had to be returned to the shop for a water pump replacement, and I believe it is back in circulation also. We've upgraded the Wi-Fi units they carry in the cars that allows them to connect to the internet and do their business. That was done at no cost to the town or the police department. He just got them to upgrade them for us. We're investigating a new evidence management system, and we're just going to kind of go through and take a look at that. And then once they've ascertained whether they want to use that, then they'll move forward in some way or another after they've gone through that. The flock cameras. You might have noticed that some of the flock cameras have been moved and we've added some. They've moved the cameras so that they catch people with violating license plates more towards the edge of town, so that if the police are circulating in the middle of town, they have more time to get to them before they leave the town region. So that's why those cameras were changed, and they added one, trying to see where it is, Liverpool and DeKalb. No. One of them, the trailer park is covering the cost on. So none of this really is additional cost to the town. Operations summary, no cost to the town. That was it?
Okay, I have a question.
Ask me a question.
Custodian, whatever you say, custodian arrest. What is that?
Custody arrest,
What?
meaning they take them into custody and take them to the jail.
I thought he said custodian.
No, it was.
No, we're not arresting custodians in particular. That would be profiling, and we do not profile here.
But I didn't know what you, what
It's just what it says on the paper. Custodial arrests, where they're taking people into custody.
Okay.
Fire?
Good evening. As of today, for the year, we've had 60 calls for emergency service. I have three new firemen on the department. They all three have their required state certifications to be on the department. So the only thing they had to do is go through a 24-hour refresher class with our equipment, how we operate, how we do things and everything else like that. So we have a recruitment drive going on right now, trying to recruit other firemen. And with this last few months, with this weather being the way it has, whether it be freezing cold, snow, and whatever, I thank the New Chicago firemen for answering these calls in this doggone inclement weather. I mean, it was pretty tough at times, but we suffered through it. So once again, thank the council for your support, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Joe. Town manager?
We have an election coming up May 5th, Joe. I need the fire department.
For what?
An election coming up May 5th. I need the fire department. So,
Where are we gonna put the truck?
well, I guess we're gonna try to get the doors open on the old town hall and put them in there. So, anybody can help.
I got a question for you, real quick, and when is the, or maybe it'll come up under the park. I wanna know when the,
Easter egg hunt is.
taking the Easter money down to the park and whatever, that coming up.
They'll come up under parks.
All right.
Okay, so we have a meeting with, Matt, the 20th. It's not an official meeting. The bids are coming in hopefully for the building on the 20th, between 1 and 1:30. So, and then we got something else.
30th.
The 30th, we have our software. So to try to teach us how to
What time
use
is it
that.
on the 30th?
I don't know,
Oh, you don't
10:30, 12, I don't remember.
Chad wanted to have the meeting when you sent him down by me. He wanted to have the meeting down there, but he needs internet and all that other stuff in the bunker, which is the public works building, is sporadic at best
I
with
know.
internet. So it's gonna have to be at the school where you were there, and
But we need you there.
obviously you don't. And I mean,
Well,
that's
then
just the way it
he
is.
will have to come afterwards and talk with you.
He said anything that needs to be discussed as far as that, me and him talked about all that. And I told him exactly what I just said right now, that put you in the loop and anything that he needs to deal with me with, as far as meters, logistics, storage of equipment or anything else like that, me and him will work together.
So Diane's supposed to be coming in, knock on wood, Jesse's gonna be okay, to do the software. So to see how we're gonna upgrade it. So it's gonna be a mess for a while. So, but anyway, that's what's going on. So if you wanna come in and learn how to do the software, you guys are more than welcome to. So,
Joe, are you gonna be there with the software?
Which software is this?
so I need permission to use the fire station for elections.
Outside of my realm, Jimmy.
Okay, I just,
But
I know you got to. You know what's going
What's the
on.
software for? The software
Radio reads.
for the radio, for the radio reads.
Yes.
Okay.
I need a motion to allow me to use the fire station for election day.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made, need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I need a clean.
Sue, use your word.
May 5th, Cinco de Mayo.
Tuesday, May.
All right.
That's all I have right now.
Park Board, thanks, Sue.
All right, Parks Board, I don't know if anybody drove past Twin Oaks Park today, but you should notice a large amount of mulch that was delivered today. So we are moving forward with the spending of the CDBG grant that we got a couple of years ago now. Part of that being the mulch, which was delivered today. They're gonna finish that up tomorrow. They're gonna be starting the installation of some of the playground equipment that we ordered later this week, Tony?
Later this week, if the weather does what it's supposed to do, they'll be doing it later this week.
And then, we do have, let me see, I have stuff going on pretty much every weekend right now. So this weekend here at Rockford Hall, we do have the Art, Craft, and Authors Fair that's being put on by the Parks Department. That is March 21st from 10 to 4. March 28th is when we're doing the park cleanup over at Twin Oaks Park to get it ready for the Easter egg hunt. And then the Easter egg hunt will be April 4th at 10 a.m. Joe, please do not blow the horn before 10 a.m. and try and get me killed this year like you did last year. Standing in the middle of a pack of piranhas when you blew that horn last year. So what time do you guys normally bring the Easter bunny down? About 9 o'clock, I think,
9
right?
o'clock,
So
so
they take
some
pictures.
people get pictures and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
She'll be there at 9.
okay. And that is pretty much it for Parks Board. We didn't have an official meeting this month. The Rosser Hall was used, so we had to postpone our meeting for next month. Which I did talk with Fred Williams. I'm going to get him the list of all of our meeting dates again, because they never got put into their calendar, which is why
You're running into that problem.
the hall got double booked the night of our Parks Board meeting. So I am gonna get him a list of, I'm still gonna, I know we may not need this room for the full year still, but I'm still gonna give him, through December, just so it's covered.
Yeah.
So, outside of that, that's all I have for Parks Board,
Plan Commission.
Planning Commission. For Planning Commission tonight, we did have, there he is over here, Mr. Gula. We did approve him for building 2 duplexes at 129 McKinley. John went through the ordinances, and we did find that in the ordinances, the maximum size you can have is a duplex. So he is building 2 duplexes there, 2 separate units. He does have enough space. He did provide us a plan, showed us the plans and everything, showed us John. He does have enough space to put in the 4 septic tanks that would be required. So with John's guidance and, confirming with Lloyd that everything met ordinance standards, the Planning Commission did approve him to build. So we're seeking the council approval to go ahead and,
We need a motion.
We need a motion to approve for him to build the building. You said that, it's
To build the 2 buildings.
to build the 2 buildings, that's next.
oh. Yeah, and Robert, he did speak with Robert on the MS4 side of things and also water, to put in 4 separate pits, water meter pits. and to make
There
sure.
was 4 units total.
Yeah, it'll be, one building will have 2 units, the other building will have 2 units. Yeah,
And there's 4 septic units.
yeah,
So they've complied with everything according to what we learned in the hearing today. He's done, and he brought in some nice set of plans showing exactly how this was gonna happen. So we need a motion to approve
I'll
the.
make that motion.
Motion made, second.
A second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion,
Good job, Gula.
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Sir.
and then the second person we had on the agenda for tonight, was Ms. Patel from Seven Elephants. They were looking to open a laundromat. They did not bring any information with them, so they were not approved at this time.
Where are they putting? The old
In-
one
In
was?
their apartment, they got rented out.
No, in the building, the other part of the building that they own, that they rent out, I think it was like,
In the back of them, in the back?
yeah,
The one that's pink right now?
yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
one
then
that's
there's a portion in the back of that.
Well, and that's the thing, if we're not
I don't know if there's
entirely,
enough room there for something like that.
well, and like I said, they didn't bring plans, they didn't bring
Yeah, so
anything.
you'll have to check.
So-
Look at that because-
Yeah, well, we told them they need to have plans created by an architect or engineer, because this isn't like a house where you're just gonna hook up, a little gas line and a little water line for the washer. This is, that's gonna be a lot of water, a lot of gas, a lot of electric. And we requested that once they do have those drawings, to give us, a couple weeks of notice at least, so that we can make sure that Lou is at our planning commission meeting, Robert is there, for water, Lou's there for electric, John is there for building, we want,
Everything that is pertains to it.
right, that way Lou can speak to it as far as, is that the right electric paneling, is that the right wiring that is shown on the plans, so.
Okay.
But that was it for planning commission, and then I'll just have one other thing under other business later on, so.
Okay. Sewer,
Sewer.
Sewer. Okay, let me get into the sewer. I thought we started with water. Let's see what I know.
Well, it is-
All right, sewer.
I'm going down the
I spoke to Mickey Anderson today. Bypass system for lift stations had been tentatively scheduled for next week, weather permitting, for installation. And the lift station on Van Buren was out due to the power outage.
Yeah.
But the lift station on Harrison compensated for it and kept all levels at a safe level, so there was no raw sewage or anything spilling out. I checked it numerous times during that day, and numerous emergency calls that were addressed, and everything worked out fine. That's why we're putting this bypass system in, so as power outages come, we can directly force pump it down the line. Roadways as quickly as possible to keep all traffic flowing. I would also like to thank the Hobart Streets Department as well as Lake Station for their help in the use of their four ways and their stop signs that they help you let us use and put out. I got people. So I just want to, yes, ma'am.
We need to order some more stop signs, and so we don't have to keep borrowing.
Correct.
Yeah, the
I don't have to
guys,
keep
the
calling
guys
it
can
favor.
make them, maybe we order the signs, they can make the stands.
Right.
Right, but we have to get some lumber. I'm gonna see if we have any lumber over in the pole barn where we
Robert,
can.
there's all that lumber down in the old building from, in the storage room, you think?
On the shelves.
Yeah,
That is true.
there's a lot there,
I
but I
don't-
don't
I don't
know
wanna
if it's
get
screwed or nailed.
Shot with
If
a
it's-
paintball
if it's
gun or
nailed,
something like that if I go in there for training.
If
So-
it's nailed, it may be too hard to get out.
Don't go at midnight.
Yeah, I don't wanna get, there might be training that day and I don't wanna get shot with a paintball. So, I'm not the most
But-
like the guy around here.
Do what you need to do, Robert. Do what you
Robert,
need to
I
do.
think that is nailed down there.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, and I think it's just gonna be.
I mean, that's
labor.
a great idea to
But I think
recycle
it's
that
too
lumber and
labor
reuse it,
intensive,
and that'll
though.
save the town money. I have no problem with that.
It's
None.
labor intensive. Those are spikes they've got in those.
The only thing we'll need that we can't make is the stop signs. We will have to order
Well,
at least 4. We need 3 of them. We have 1. But
Then you get what you
me and the
need.
town manager spoke, and we could get away with making 1 for the time being, because, I mean, the odds of all 3 of them going out, which just happened, are kind of, it's kind of rare that it does happen. 2 would be sufficient, and if need be, we might even have some old stop signs in the pole barn. I haven't really, I've been kind of busy the last couple of weeks, okay?
More
So-
than a couple weeks.
It's just, I gotta get it, but they will get done, and it will be dressed before Josh gets his data center up.
Thank you. Sanitation? Sanitation.
You have anything for garbage?
Sewer, streets, sanitation.
That's garbage. Now,
No.
we're going,
Sanitation, no, because water,
Water, okay. I would like to pass these out, and I just want to, please share these, please, because I didn't have enough copies, I'm sorry.
Sure, yes, absolutely.
Here you go. Oh, you're welcome. And share with you already know what this is. I'd just like to say that this is an ordinance regarding water, okay? No one tampers with the water system unless they are approved to tamper with the water system. Turn on, turn off, okay? This last week, I was running around, as she knows, the town manager, we had to pull a pit because they did just this. And did that. And another pit, it gets broke. And when it gets broke, contrary to what anyone ever thinks, this guy's gonna get the call to fix it. All right, when water's rushing up and people are panicking and everything else like that, I'm gonna get over there and do it. So please, do not touch anything with the water without approval. That's all. I'm being nice. I'm just gonna say it like that, so please.
so don't get in your pits, okay?
Poor Joe got the brunt of it last week. I mean,
Don't tell anybody that they can get in.
right, because everyone, it doesn't matter who you are, who you work for, what you do with it, everybody's held to the same standard. Okay, because usually when this happens, we go over and we pull the meter out of the pit. Okay, but extenuating circumstances didn't allow me to do that. So just please, don't do it. That's all I'm saying, don't do it.
thank you, Robert.
All right, thank you.
Stormwater?
Yes, sir. Now I will. All right. New water main project has been completed. 2-inch line was ran, servicing the Nob Hill area with approximately, I think, 6 or 7 houses that are fed to it. And it's up and running. The only thing left to do is restoration, and that'll be done when weather allows by H&G Underground. A new hydrant was installed on Liverpool and Decatur. In keeping with the commitment of New Chicago standards of continually maintaining and upgrading the water system to operate at peak performance that our customers have grown to expect. Several repairs were being done to water mains and breaks as well as services from unauthorized people tampering with them also last week. As I just stated, that we had to go out and literally take a whole pit out of the ground. Lake Station had to put a work order on a house. And it was a big mess. And please, All right, all meters and lids have been delivered and are on standby for the upcoming installation. They're all over in the building. Chad from Avonmarsh came over, took pictures, looked at everything, and everything is ready to go. We've talked about, like I said, the staging area. They're gonna have access to the Public Works building yard, not the Public Works building, the yard, to store their trucks because they feel more comfortable with it being in a locked, secured, fenced area for their equipment. And it makes perfect sense for us to help them because they're helping us. So we already spoke about that, and it's pretty much an okay. What else? That's just a bypass system. Nah, that's pretty much it. We had a few breaks that we fixed. 2 H&G had to come out after we fixed the one literally 20 feet away broke, and that had to be fixed. And all of it was mostly 4-inch and 2-inch lines. And it's not to the point where that needs to be replaced or anything else like that, because this is the first time since I've been here that any of those lines have broke. So we're still in good working order. And like I said, we go out and we try, we flush, we do our best to keep everything operational, and people can wake up in the morning and turn their faucet on and expect water to come up out of it.
What are we gonna do about patching them?
Cold patching?
No,
What's patching?
where we had the main breaks. Are we going to get Chris to do that, or are we gonna
Oh,
wait
I
and see
I had it on my desk. I apologize for that. I had it on there for the last 3 days. I've been meaning to get it to you. He put in a bid. I forgot what the bid was that you told me that the other
Is
individual
it for
did.
all three of them?
Yes,
Arthur
all 3 of them.
and the 2 on Indiana Street?
Indiana and the one on Iowa and Arthur.
Okay.
I forgot what you told me what it was, but he gave me a number, and then he told me whatever the number was that the other individual would do, he would match it to keep
Okay.
a good relationship with New Chicago.
The reason why I asked, Avonmarsh said if they were doing our streets and they were close to it, maybe they'd just swing over there and take care of them.
Right.
When's that happening? April?
I mean, they're all filled with number 8, and speaking of that, I have to have the town treasurer give me some more number 8, so.
Okay.
So they're all filled with number 8. They're solid. They're not gonna damage anything. And now that, hopefully, knock on wood, the snow is gone, it's not gonna be, we're not gonna be plowing there anyways. And the ones are Indiana, that's Lake Stations to deal with, but we do help out with them.
But if I'm not mistaken, the east side of Indiana is ours, right?
It is, and we
Yeah.
tore up the road, so we're gonna
That's
repair
why
it.
that's why we're fixing both spots. But the one on Iowa and Arthur is off
Oh, it's
on the
off.
apron.
I mean, somebody has driven on it, but. it's
Exactly,
because
but
it's
there's
got
not,
corners
we
and
keep it
sharp.
filled with, and instead of wasting our number 8, because I
Yeah.
started to get low and we were using it for brakes, I started using millings in there
Mhm.
because we have millings. So again, I'm trying to be economically smart with what we have. So we put millings in there as they get out, because as you drive through it, cars take it down the street with them. So we have to, keep it where it's at least level and not creating a hazard.
And I'd like to say, besides everything that these guys at the Public Works Building do, they're out there every week picking up papers, cleaning the drains, and that's on a weekly basis. So if you see papers, it's because it's blown, it's not because they've not picked them up. They will get picked up. These guys do it every week. It's just a given thing.
Oh, I see them on Tyler every week.
Yeah. So they don't sit still.
Thank you, Robert. Old business?
I do have something
Okay.
I wanted to add. I forgot to tell the council, CCMG. I received an email from NDOT, and our award should be in the bank tomorrow.
Yeah. Good.
That's for the road, the paving?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna give me a reward.
That's all. Yeah.
Tammy, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Robert, and you and Tammy, with Brian,
Yes.
with our money, returning our money, have either one of you heard anything?
As of, I heard from Ryan yesterday, I believe.
'Cause I'm not gonna
The
forget about it.
paperwork is done. We are waiting for NDOT to get approval for the funds to be released. Because it's sitting on, I forgot his name, it's on my desk over there, but it's already, our paperwork is done.
Okay.
It's sitting on the man's desk
Waiting
that
on
needs to sign.
NERC.
Exactly, all
Oh,
that.
I'll see. I'll
For the
get
funding,
that.
they're waiting on the funding to be released so they can start distributing it.
I'm going to say, they don't send emails to me, they all go to Sue.
But I think maybe they will send you a check, Tammy.
They probably will.
And if they do, please let
I
us
will.
know, okay?
I will.
Because I'm watching that, I want to make sure I get that money back.
And so, dear,
Huh? Oh, no, don't even say that.
But that's still on the desk. To answer your question, the
Yeah,
last I known about it, on our end, as far as the
And
town,
if any of the
It's on the desk.
council
It's our
hasn't seen
paperwork
the
is done.
electric truck, please see it. It is very, very nice. We just had Lou over there hooking up the
The
chargers.
electric truck, your truck.
with Robert,
Yeah,
I don't even like electricity. I became an electrician.
but you guys need to see the electric truck.
Well, all you gotta do is walk out the parking lot. It's right out
It
there.
is so nice. It is so
about
nice.
stormwater.
Stormwater, okay,
You,
I knew I.
He's doing stormwater.
okay, go ahead.
Okay, MS4. MS4 updates to the MS4 ordinance are forthcoming in the near future as to keep in compliance with the growing community and item regulations. As always, teams are sent out to clean all storm drains and any debris out in the streets on a daily basis. I used a whole box of black garbage bags today going from Tyler all around and everything else, because when those winds came out,
Yes, it was horrible.
it was everywhere, and
Garbage was blowing everywhere.
we just try to get them between me and Gabriel going and doing other stuff, so there's not delaying the ladies upstairs doing their job. We go and do that, and I have the other guys out policing the town. So that way, we can some kind of, hold on it, because if you let it go, it will get out of after you real quick.
Well, the garbage men were in, Brenda was there, and they apologized because it was so windy that day. 60, 70 mile an hour
I
winds
put my
and hands.
garbage back in the garage. I wasn't having to blow
I
up.
didn't set mine out.
But they were literally out today, like I said, a
I know.
whole box of
I
them, and
didn't- It was full.
I had 3 teams out there. I had one guy on one side, one guy on the other side, and starting from both ends to the back, and meeting in the middle.
Good job, you guys did a good job, thank you.
Thank you.
We got any new business? Legal reports?
Nothing.
Nothing. Announcements? None. Any old business to come before the council?
I do have a couple things for that. One, and this is something that I'm gonna ask, I already asked Tammy to be put on the agenda for next month. Brenda, you and I kind of spoke about this the other night. We are looking at upgrading the email system for the town. There are a couple of reasons for this. One, better security for the town. 2, storage space. Currently, Tammy and Chief Mayo are both at about 65% of their storage for their email. They only have 10 gigabytes of storage. Now, could some of that be freed up? Possibly. But I don't know what record retention is for the clerk treasurer's office and the police department. So, to be able to make sure that we have enough storage space, for these records, we're gonna be looking at upgrading the email system. There will be a cost associated with that. I am working with the state, with IoT, with their, not subcontractor, but with the company that they have their QPA with, SHI, who's the vendor that we would go through to do this. I did have a meeting with them this afternoon. They're supposed to be sending me a quote. So next month I'll have more of a presentation for you. But it's just something I wanted to let you guys know that it's something that's coming down the pipe and something that would have to be done at some point.
Can you use internal hard drives, Joe? Independent? So I don't know what the law is, if you could download an external hard drives.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
I know nothing about this kind of stuff, but Sue, what is it that we, Dorothy implemented for our files? What?
We
We
had,
don't have that anymore?
I don't know what she did with it.
Well, you know, it's.
And then we got
and
hacked,
we get that-
remember?
We get
Yes.
that thing,
UBS drive, the-
whatever it's called, I
Yeah.
don't know. And they take all of our files, once they've been audited, and they come and they get them, and they put them on that, and.
it was Opportunity Enterprise that
I
did
can't
that.
remember what it was.
No, no,
Is
it's
that
out.
something with email? Is that? I don't
No,
know,
they were
Joe.
probably digitizing old
They
paper
they
files.
were digitizing
Yeah, these
are paper
claims and payroll.
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
of
they
that.
were taking your paper files and
Yeah.
digitizing
So
them.
that has nothing to do with
No.
your email?
No.
Separate
I
thing.
don't know.
Yeah.
because
No, that's not a question. But I'm trying to get this done as cheaply as possible. Right now, from what I've found online, and I parsed it out between police department, town, and parks. The parks would be paying about roughly $450 a year, I think is what parks would be paying for their portion. Town was right around $500 a year. And then police was substantially higher because they, of course, had more email addresses. Each officer had their own email address. So, and I honestly don't remember the number right off the top of my head. I want to say it was around $1,200 a year. I could be off on that number though. But what this would actually give us is from the meeting I had today, each account would have 30 gigabytes of storage, but it's also a pooled storage. So say, one of the police officers, one of the reserve officers isn't using that much storage space because he only works, a couple days a month. Well, if Tammy needs extra storage space, some of his storage space can go to her. So it can be shared.
Or it can be moved so nobody can get into her stuff.
Right. No one will be able to get into her stuff. It's just, I'm saying that the space itself, can be chunked out further. So,
I said, Joe, I know
yeah,
nothing
I
about
know.
this.
So like I said, next month I'll have more of a presentation for you once they send me all the details. I just wanted to kind of get that in your guys' mind for now. The other thing I had, as you guys all know, I do road construction inspection. You all know I do road construction inspection for my day job.
Yeah.
And this is my busy season.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be working in Argus starting in May.
I'm sorry.
Argus. US 31 south of Plymouth.
No, say it.
Beautiful Argus, Indiana.
Speak English.
Yeah.
All the way to Knox or past Knox?
Well,
This past,
Yeah, it's passed.
yeah, it's past Knox. Knox is on 35. So I'm going even further east and then south.
Wow.
Yeah. So time zone change.
Also, wow.
Yay. Anyway, I would like for a volunteer from the council or from somebody, from the town to meet with me so that I can show them how to set up this lovely little system that we use. That way, because there may be a time where I don't make it here due to work. So,
Well, I see somebody.
I think you just got volunteered, Tony.
I think I got voluntold.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say a word.
So, okay, so yeah, I will write up instructions on how to settle it. Setting it up is easy, so.
Would you be willing to do that, Tony?
We'll figure it out.
So we did contact, Mervan's office about an upgrade for the technology for the police department. The parks put in for 2 grants. One was a no. Liz called me. So anyway, this is for 2027, but Earl and Golfing got the grant together, submitted it to Liz, and Joe or Morgan, whoever did the grant for the park. So, we have that. Don't know if we'll get any money or not, but you can't get any money if you don't do a grant. So anyway, we've got that done. So we're just knocking on wood. Liz did call me and asked me for some more information. I'm hoping to get something for that building over there. So it doesn't cost you guys $1 million to do upgrades, so, for technology. So.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you. Open forum.
He owns the property at 104 Lincoln and is interested in buying the lot next to it.
I forgot you. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Sue, I appreciate
I'm
that.
sorry.
I'm here to remind you.
Thank you. Sofa. That is the,
They have to go to county.
we own it.
No,
Oh, we own it?
We own it. We used to make Robert mow it.
104 Lincoln.
Yes, it's,
we still do.
On the north side or south?
it's on the north side. It's that big lot
Between
that's
the
right there.
park and-
You're on
Illinois.
Lincoln.
Oh, Lincoln.
Go to Lincoln, go down from the past the town hall to the first stop sign. Don't go to Dave's, turn left, and that lot right there on the left-hand side.
From the alley to
Yeah,
Lincoln.
Okay.
so how does that work, Lloyd? I believe we gotta get 2 appraisals.
Yeah, I think we gotta get it.
And I think they just passed a new law that we have to do that.
So he has to
So,
pay for 2 appraisals?
I don't know.
No.
We're gonna look into it
Okay.
and then see. We have no use for it. Sharon, this is like one of the things that we went with Dorothy to IUN and said, hey,
Yes.
take the property and see if you would like to purchase it or take it on.
all
And
fell through. It would have been a really fantastic deal for the homeowners here in town, but then it fell through.
the Republicans decided it
I
wasn't a
don't know
good
who it
idea.
was, but it
It
fell
was.
through.
So, but anyway, we do own that. We have no use for it. We're never gonna
No,
build on that.
absolutely. I have no.
So Lloyd, can you look into that and see if we have to have, I read something on the law that they just passed, about municipal owning properties and to get rid of it, but I'm not sure, so.
Maybe,
And then-
if you can have that, and don't wait till the next meeting, and then let you know
Yeah.
ahead of time, so they can know what they would have to do.
Yes, she has our information.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Sorry.
But in the meantime,
So-
if it gets spring, you can cut.
You're down.
Feel free to cut the grass.
So Clark, am I right, the last name?
Mine's Collins, his is Keel.
Oh, Keel, yeah,
Robert Keel.
Cindy's,
Cindy's husband.
yeah,
Just joke.
Cindy.
Oh, you're busy.
Okay. Thank you for coming. Comments from the board?
I have one, sorry, Robert, but are you aware of all the potholes on Van Buren?
Do you know we're gonna pave that?
There you go.
Where by, what's her name's house? You know, there's potholes there that I have to maneuver, I have to drive in the middle of the road.
Well, some of those are.
And I have them in my driveway's a big,
Well, we can't do nothing about your driveway.
no, not my driveway, where my driveway is. Where the road by my driveway, there's.
The ones that are holes and not, what do you call it? Oh, God, I forgot.
Layers.
Layers. Some of them are layers and people mistake them for holes. They're not holes, they're layers. Because when they layer them over and they patch over them, patch over them, patch over them, and when they lay it, they just lay another asphalt over the top of that. But if there are holes, there are genuine holes, you know, I have 3 people that work for me, okay? And, you know, we can't be everywhere at one time, and that is, we have a limited amount of coal patch until the plant's open. But if there are severe holes over there, tomorrow morning I will make a note and I will go look, see, and
Can you do the one on Michigan? Because there's deep holes now.
which one?
In front of John's Wiggins.
Yeah, that's.
No, we can't, that's
that's
layers in front of
horrible.
Wiggins' house.
By
That's-
Shirley
that's-
Wiggins in front of Shirley.
Yeah,
I just told Joe said the same thing. It's. those
Joe,
are
do you know the
layers
streets
right
that
there.
are getting done?
I don't remember.
If there, like I said, if there's holes, I will tomorrow morning when I do whatever I gotta do.
I just.
I will, I mean, I got a list this big,
It's gonna
and
rain
like I said,
tomorrow, I hate to tell you.
Well, we ain't gonna patch then.
Yeah,
And
if
does
it's- if it
anybody, do we
rains.
have a food giveaway this month?
24th, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, you said that last month.
yes, I did.
I actually knew this time.
And also,
At 11,
At 11?
yeah, same time.
do you know what they did on, the bridge over there? They were working on that yesterday.
In Lake Station,
Well, yeah.
They're putting a new water line there. They're taking the old one down
Okay,
that's
that's-
hanging on the bridge, right?
No.
What are they doing, Robert? Because they're parking their trucks in our park.
Yeah, they are.
those been gone.
I know, but why?
The line that was hanging along there, the same one that we have on Michigan, is the same concept they have over there. They removed the old line because it was hanging there and debris was falling into the river and they didn't want item to come talk to them.
Okay.
So it was all.
They didn't repair it, they just took it down.
They removed it all. And that line is now running underneath the river like ours over on Route 6.
Okay.
But they did have the trucks parked over at the park and I forgot to tell anybody.
And they actually had it there on North Bay Park, because you couldn't see when you went down the.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had one
They
there.
had that great big one there.
Yeah.
You couldn't see to get out of the road.
But they're gone now, they're done?
They've been gone.
That's all I
Since
have.
when?
Done and gone.
Thank you, Brenda.
Mr. Lockman called me to tell me to move them.
Okay, hang on.
Quickly,
What was that?
looked it up. The appraisal process is, first of all, we gotta, require approval from the town's executive, which would be you guys. And notice has to be given to appraisers. So it's expensive and time consuming, but then here's the thing that we may be able to do. If the lot is small and has low value, typically less than $15,000, or is landlocked, the town may be able to negotiate directly with the landowners whose property it touches. So I don't know if that's.
Well, it's right on the corner and he lives next door.
Yeah, it touches.
Yeah, I'm sure it does, yeah. So, but I asked them before if they wanted to buy it, and that's when she had cancer, and they said they didn't have the money at that time. So now she's passed away, and he's interested in it, so.
No, not yet, because we're not. really
So where do we get the, I mean, who's gotta pay for the appraiser?
Can we have Bill Emerson give us a quote on that one?
He's not an
He's
appraiser.
he's gonna
He's
tell
a
you the
surveyor.
dimensions of it.
He can measure it, he can't. tell
Well,
us
you can,
roughly
it's,
what
you
it
can
would
Google
be.
it, go on GIS, Brenda can tell you what it is.
Very good.
But I mean, we have to get 2 appraisers, and it has to be an open bid unless we go through that one.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Like the towns, like towns or cities or whatever usually have like a trust that this deals with it. They all property and this and that and everything else on how to sell it, how not to sell it. I explained it to you when you called me that day. It's like- and because I just went through all this and it's not a hard process, like you just said. It's just, you
It's
have
time
to,
consuming.
But who's gonna pay for the appraisals? We're not.
this probably will get done, because to sell this property, we need an appraisal. You know, maybe they could pay for it, but you don't want them paying for it.
Then they won't buy it.
Yeah, well, then the appraiser will say, oh, it's cheap, you know, whatever.
No, I think it'd be more than that. Like you just said, I like lots around here are probably, like you said, in the neighborhood of between 50 and
So
20,
if you get the
$25,000.
appraisal,
Does it go
that
according to
number
what
that
their
could cost.
tax
And
are?
when it's that price, you know, 15,000.
I would say it's go under 15,000.
Yeah.
But
They're not
if
paying
it's
25
for
for
50, we have to sell
Who
it.
knows nowadays?
By me, they are.
That's why everything's
You
going
get the
up.
appraisal, and then that can still.
So if I can get one of my people to give me a free appraisal on it,
Well, that, you could do that.
You got people?
I got people.
I haven't looked at all the statute, to figure out what it, you know, and it may have to be done in accordance with state.
When I bought that other lot behind the town hall, remember? When Tony called me that day and said, come now, meet me, I'm selling it to you.
What did we put, 10,000?
I think we paid 15 for it, didn't we, Tim?
I think so.
Yes, 15.
I think
That's a big lot.
bigger lot, it's bigger than this one.
Right.
Okay, all right. We'll check into that, Lloyd, and then,
I'll give you the details, I just wanted to let you know what we're all discussing.
Yeah. I think I read that, that's why I said.
Motion to adjourn? Need a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made,
I'll second.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.